What is up, chat? We are back at it today. So today we're going to be looking into a couple of things. The first thing, Houston rapper Sauce Walka shot in the leg, and his artist died, and it's a very bad chat. And then the second one was Yella Beezy. Yella Beezy getting locked up for hire for murder. So he didn't do the murder, but he hired it. So yeah, let's go ahead and start hopping into things, chat, because today's gonna be very interesting because there's so much information going on right now. So we're just gonna hop into it. Let's go, chat. Let's go. Let's go, chat. All right, chat. So we're about to watch this news clip real fast. We're about to watch this news clip. Let's go ahead and hop into it.
Houston-born rapper Sauce Walka was one of two men shot outside of a Memphis hotel today. I talked to his father on the phone in just the last 30 minutes, and he shared this photo and says the rapper, whose real name is Albert Mondane, was hit in the thigh. His father tells me he's supposed to be okay. Police say a suspect got out of a car and fired several shots at both men just before 3 p.m. today. Now, the other man, Mondane's friend, we're told sadly died at the scene. Right now, his name has not been shared. Police say they have identified the suspect's vehicle and are working to make an arrest soon. Now, new tonight, Houston.
I had to fix the audio. Sorry about that. Go and hop into it.
Tonight, Houston-born rapper Sauce Walka was one of two men shot outside of a Memphis hotel today. I talked to his father on the phone in just the last 30 minutes, and he shared this photo and says the rapper, whose real name is Albert Mondane, was hit in the thigh. His father tells me he's supposed to be okay. Police say a suspect got out of a car and fired several shots at both men just before 3 p.m. today. Now, the other man, Mondane's friend, we're told sadly died at the scene. Right now, his name has not been shared. Police say they have identified the suspect's vehicle and are working to make an arrest soon. Now,
Okay, chat. Let's go ahead and hop into it right here.
I know what's going on, man. TSL Memphis.
Where we at though?
And we in Memphis with this right now, in the M right now. You know where these rap don't come to. But Sauce don't be here, man. Sleep here, stay here, man. You know, as long as we want to, man. What are you talking about? Head to toe them people, man. Got this shit on bankroll, go yard, diamonds, all this shit, man. We having this shit, man. See what the fuck going on.
Holding this shit.
The Sauce way, man.
Still holding though. Forever holding.
They said
Yeah, grab
chat. They said they took the picture.
the unit.
All right, you see it right there? Hold on, let's try to point at it right here. You see right here, chat, where it say this right here? That's a Western. So that was a hotel. They posted that. That's basically dropping their location.
G unit.
Sauce shit, man.
That's after the shooting.
Oh man, so it looks like that boy Sauce Walka has had another close run-in with death. This isn't his first time. It isn't his second time. I don't know. I think this is like the fourth or fifth time that Sauce Walka has rubbed his shoulder.
Chat, people saying Sauce Walka got shot ever since like 2018. For the past 5 years, he been saying he got shot. They've been saying he got shot, and he been getting shot a lot, chat. So that's crazy.
Against the Grim Reapers. And once again, Sauce survives the incident, except this time his artist, Say So P, wasn't so lucky. At the beginning of this video, we seen a clip of them in Memphis kind of celebrating together. You heard Say So P basically say, we're in Memphis right now, the place where these other rappers can't go, and we're gonna be here for as long as we want to. Well, I'm sure this morning Sauce is probably wishing that he never went to Memphis, because at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Sauce and Say So P were walking out of their hotel room at the Westin Hotel. Across the street from the FedEx Forum, a gunman was waiting in a car, and when he seen him, he opened fire, hitting Sauce Walka in the thigh and leaving Say So P dead. This all happened in broad daylight in a busy part part of Memphis. So there were witnesses to the whole incident, and police have identified the car that was used in the drive-by. So they do have a couple of leads to work with, but as of right now, the entire situation is still under investigation. Now, the Memphis police did release a statement about this entire thing where they said that they believe this was a targeted attack and that it wasn't random. They said at approximately 2:42 p.m. today, officers responded to a shooting at the 100 block of George W. Lee Avenue. One male was pronounced deceased and another man was transported to the hospital in non-critical condition.
Chat, at 2:42 p.m. broad daylight. Crazy.
This appears to be an isolated incident, not random violence. Officers have identified the suspect vehicle and are actively working to make an arrest. Now, that identification of the vehicle may come in handy depending on if these guys used their own personal vehicle and assuming that it wasn't a hot car or a stolen vehicle. Because chances are for a hit in broad daylight like this, chances are that they probably weren't in their personal vehicle, but only time will tell. Now, when it comes to what exactly happened, there has been a ton of speculation online, with most people believing that Sauce was not the target of what happened, but instead his artist Say So P, the guy who died, probably more than likely was the target. And so the first bit of speculation that I seen coming out online was that this probably happened due to rap politics in the city. By that, I mean the entire thing that went down between Yo Gotti and CMG and Young Dolph and PRE. In Memphis, there is basically two sides. You got people that are rocking with Yo Gotti. You got people that were rocking with Young Dolph. Sauce made it a point to align and affiliate himself with one particular side in that beef, and that was pretty much Yo Gotti's side. You know, he's cool with Big 30. He's cool with Moneybagg Yo. All of these guys are cool with Yo Gotti. Also, Say So P was. So a lot of people started pointing to the rap politics in the city, mostly because a rapper named CEO Jizzle, this was Young Dolph's cousin and also his artist, he went up on Facebook within minutes of the shooting happening, before it was even released to the public, and he said, y'all check on Drake Baby for me. Drake Baby is a guy who is really close friends with Say So P, so he said, y'all check on Drake Baby for me. He said, I can't find his number. I ain't even trying to be funny. Somebody responded and said, what he do? And Jizzle responded and say So and them got shot. I'm trying to check on Sosa Man. Now, for the naive people in the audience, he's not actually trying to check on anybody. He is taunting them with this message right here. Now, Draco would see these messages and he would respond. He left a message right here that said, you a bitch. Jizzle responded and said, you act like I dissed him or something. Cry baby ass YN. Don't get hurt, kid. Draco responded. He said, cuz you ain't no threat. You heard what I said. You a bitch. Take it however you want to take it. Some random person responded to Draco and said, I ain't gonna lie, you ain't even on shit. Stay out of town, little bruh. Jizzle would respond and he said, you definitely not a threat to me. You a kid on Jesus. You got so much unfinished smoke. You ain't even complete yet. I'm the last person you wanna go at. I ain't none of your little ops. You play and I'm gonna handle you on the Bible. And I don't play fair, you sissy ass YN. Draco responded and just said, okay. So clearly there is some smoke happening right there between them two.
That's a lot going on, Chad. That's a lot going on.
You know, Jizzle posting so quick. Y'all think that could be insider knowledge of what had happened? That clearly this had to do with the rap politics. But I mean, you also had other people saying, how else was he supposed to react? Everybody knows that this beef exists in the city. Of course, he's celebrating when he finds out one of his quote unquote ops is gone, which is honestly just terrible. But that wasn't the only theory that was forming. Another guy from Memphis tagged Say So P in this post right here. He said, exit 8 the bank, which is Say So P's handle. He said, Say So P know he's supposed to have security with him. Ain't no way you thought you had that much rank in the city that nobody was gonna try you, especially after pulling out all that money last night. And you had beef here already. Them folks been waiting on you to come back. Come on, man. You ran.
Do y'all think that there's some new evidence to mom saying that he didn't run off with a 200K? But I feel like a lot of street stuff your mom wouldn't know because you're just going to your mom's like, hey, mom, I got in a shootout. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be telling her shit like that. Like, I hit a lick. You wouldn't be saying stuff like that to your mom. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but that shit's crazy. But I don't think Sauce Walker set him up. I don't think Sauce is like that. I don't know Sauce though.
And off with 200K, shaking my head. If you having money motion and a millionaire with you, armed security should have been the first thing you got. Folks gotta stop trying to prove they can move around and not get touched. Shaking my head. I'm praying for his family though. This is a sad situation. So a few things there. You can hear him say that at some point in time. Apparently, Say So P ran off with.
Chat, all the violence is killing. It's a lot that go behind it. So, you know, no one really can't speak on emotions people are feeling. But at the end of the day, chat, we should all try to be humane and understand there's levels of human consciousness. Like, life is such a precious thing.
$200,000 that was somebody else's money. That could possibly be a motive for why he got smoked. Another thing is he said that, you know, you should have been moving more carefully because you was in the club last night pulling out them racks. And there's some videos out there of them in the club and it does look like they was having some money on them. So that could have made them a target. And another thing that he mentioned here is that Say So P and Sauce should have had security while they were in the city instead of moving around and acting like they can't get touched. And interestingly enough, I did find this picture right here of Sauce Walka with Say So P. This is the day that everything went down, and you can see with them they do have 2 security officers. So this led to theories that maybe security might have been slipping, or maybe security opened up a back door for this to happen. So we had people from the security company responding. One of them posted this right here up that says, all that trolling ain't gonna do but get one of you dudes embarrassed. I wasn't with Sauce or Say So this morning. I was at work. They booked me to escort them to reservations and be with them while they was in there last night. And we did exactly that. After that, we went our separate ways. Anything that happened after that had nothing to do with me and was out of my control. So the security is denying having any involvement in it. They also posted this. It said, on behalf of BRS, which is the security company they was using, they said Sauce Walka nor Say So P was under my supervision at the time of the incident. I do spread my condolences to him and his family. BRS out. So I mean, that does make sense, you know, if they were only booked to protect them, you know, at night while they were in the club having a good time. I do think they probably should have kept that security detail with them a little bit longer given everything that happened, but it may not be so cut and dry, because I was seeing posts like this one right here that said, I ain't gonna say the security Say So P and Sauce Walka hired gave up the low, but I will say they security posted a video on the same street they got shot on just a couple of hours before they got shot. I looked for this video. I couldn't find this video, but I did see posts that security was allegedly in the vicinity, whether they were working with Sauce Walka at that time or not. I did see people saying that they were in the vicinity,
they can't be talking now. They can't be on the social media like that,
for sure. Now, when it comes to who was targeted, you know, the general consensus is that it wasn't Sauce Walka. It was Say So P that was the target of this. In fact, we even had Rainwater, which is Mo3's old manager. He's from Texas, just like Sauce is. We had Rainwater going on a clubhouse call with WAC 100, and Rainwater says that the shooter that did this actually stood over Sauce Walka and could have took his life, but decided not to when they realized that it was him, and implies that the shooter was only looking for Say So P and that was their only target.
More lax for out of towners to come in town because ain't nobody running around on the bush, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I feel freely walking through that hole now.
Yeah, ain't nobody running around on the bush, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So LA safe now.
It's still what it is. Like Texas is looking. What the going on with Sauce now?
I think that white
He
boy
dead.
Yeah, he from there though. He had some more shit going on.
Oh, he from there?
Yeah, he from there. So
Now it's making sense, because I thought the nigga, I'm like, is this nigga from Texas?
They're giving backstory who the guy
I heard
is.
they stood over Walk and realized it was Walk and said, nah, you good. He knew what he did and ran off.
Oh, they stood over him.
Yeah, and realized it was Walk.
Oh, they didn't know it was him.
They ain't know him now, buddy from there. He was popping it on that Sprinter. Like I'm back here. You know, he was popping this shit. I'm here. Ain't nobody gonna do shit. I'm with South Walka.
Oh yeah, he
Damn,
tripped.
Shad.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. They got so many new niggas running around here. A bunch of names. I seen my guy. What's his nigga name? Trio something.
That's Whack
Yeah,
100
he
and
is a goofy
Rainwater
ass.
in the
Yeah,
clubhouse room.
he put a list of artists between Dallas and Texas. I mean Dallas and Houston. It's a few names I didn't know. So it's a lot of new niggas bubbling. Well, I ain't gonna even say bubbling, but they down there. Cause me and you both know this urban shit, nigga, it's a little difficult right now.
Yeah, that shit watered down right now.
It's watered down, nigga. Them motherfucking labels they ain't turning on the water. They try to turn that shit off. So it's a lot going on our side. I talked to Loose Cannon today. He waiting to get extradited back to Los Angeles so he can try to get another bail here.
Yeah, but how was he cool with Big U like that, and he was cool with you?
Well, no, he ain't fucked with him in a couple years.
Mention Big U name.
It probably been about 2.5 years since he with him.
Don't let that nigga switched on him fast.
This investigation go back to 2021.
Yeah, man, so that's what we got. Rest in peace to Say So P. You know, I hope Sauce Walka has a speedy recovery. I do wish that we could stop seeing stuff like this happen. You know, it's tragic every time I have to do one of these stories, but it's just...
Chat. That's crazy. That is crazy. Now, they did just release a video. Shout to KB Goes Live. I don't know if it's too soon to play it, but we're going to run through like first couple of seconds.
All right, so it looks like we've got some updates in this Sauce Walka and Say So P situation, right? I made a video about this other day, initially covering it when everything went down.
All right,
so
this is the update.
First things first, we now know that this was indeed a targeted attack, which I'm sure most of us could already tell by how everything went down. But we do have an official statement from the police saying that they also believe that this was a targeted attack.
We have detectives from the Homicide Bureau and detectives from the Crime Scene Investigation CSI unit here, along with our North Main Station officers. From what they learned in the investigation, this appears to be a targeted shooting incident. The victims were outside by a vehicle. The suspect vehicle pulled up. Multiple people got out of that vehicle, fired shots without engaging in any conversation. They got back into the white vehicle and fled. This was not a random act. All information shared with me leads to this being targeted towards these victims.
Okay, so they have confirmed what pretty much everybody already could tell just based off the details. But in addition to that statement from the police officer, the footage of what actually went down has leaked online as well. Right now, I'm not going to play the footage here on my channel. It's out there if y'all want to watch it. Instead, I just got these two still frames that I want to show y'all from it. Right, there's this one right here, which you can see a couple of people hopping out. You can see this guy standing by the black Escalade about to open fire on Say So P. It's assumed that Sauce Walka was also over here by this black Escalade. I looked at the footage. I thought Sauce Walka was wearing a red jacket. The only person I see in here is a dude in a black jacket running away. I don't know if that's Sauce or if Sauce was hit and was laying on the ground there beside the black Escalade, but you can see they hopped out of this white Dodge Charger. When it was all said and done, they ran back to it and they fled the scene. So that footage has been leaked online, and when you watch it, you can tell that this was a targeted hit. This wasn't a robbery. They didn't reach for anything. They didn't make an attempt to take any possessions off of anybody. They pulled up, hopped out, let some shots off, and then dipped. So this has led to a lot of people wondering how they even knew that Sauce Walka and Say So P was at this hotel in the first place. And there were a couple of things that happened throughout the night before that may have gave their location away. For example, there was a video that was posted by by Sosa Man. This video showed him, Sauce Walka, and Say So P in a hotel room. You can tell because there's a hotel room door behind them. And on that door, there is like a sticker printout card that literally says Weston. So it wouldn't have been hard for anybody to look into that and figure out where these guys were at. That was one possibility. The next was I seen people saying that they thought maybe the security, because Sauce Walka and Say So P had hired a security detail. I seen people saying they thought the security had leaked the location. And I did find this video right here of security actually posting up footage, pretty much giving the location.
My security ain't about to be on the phone, chat. They need to be worried about other things.
It's not really a good look for security. I mean, if I hire security, the last thing I want you to do is be posting up any location. But there's this video.
Shit going on, man. Get with this shit, man. Get with this shit, man. Get with this shit and get rolled over, man. No way out. No way out. No way out. Can't even sugarcoat.
Right now, in my first video I made about this, I was actually looking for that footage and couldn't find it. There you go. So there's that footage. Now, of course, we did see the security respond to that, and I covered that in my last video. And they basically said, look, we was only hired to escort them to reservations that they had the night before they were shot. We weren't with them the day that they were shot, so they pretty much denied any involvement or having anything to do with the location of Say So P and Sauce Walka being discovered. But like I said earlier, I mean, even without the security posting videos, there was the video of them in the hotel room where it literally says Weston on the door behind Sauce Walka. So anyways, there's those updates. Another update that we have is this one right here. We seen this message get posted, and it was basically this person accusing Say So P of running off with $200,000 at some point in time, and basically suggesting that this was get back for that happening, right? It's a pretty wild claim, but Say So P's mom actually did respond to this, right? She went up on Facebook, she posted this.
Now they said that he ran off 200K using fake dice. So he basically rigged the dice games to make over 200K and then ran off. That's what they say allegedly. I don't know, but this is the mom responding.
It says, this is the type of lies and they keep mothers losing our sons. My son never stole anything, never ran off with anything, and didn't have to. Haters set him up, but not because he stole a dime. He would give you his last before he would steal anything. Please stop spreading rumors. Let me repeat that. He didn't have to take from anyone. Money wasn't a factor for my son. He was too loyal to the wrong people was his biggest downfall. Haters who were envious killed my baby, but I won't let y'all steal his legacy. People see him with the stack and say anything. This was his norm. So his mom basically said, look, I don't know what all these rumors are. My son didn't steal anything. And I mean, my response to that is, you know, as a mother, this is what you're supposed to do. Try to protect your child's legacy. But at the same time, you know, if he was in the streets like that and did run off with 200,000, I doubt he would have told his mom he did that. I mean, anytime I've ever done anything even remotely bad, the last person I want to tell is my mama. So it could be that he did do it and she just don't know. It could also be that she knows. We don't know how close him and his mom were. Maybe she knows for a fact he didn't, but that's what she had to say. And that was backed up by somebody else on Twitter who responded to World Star Hip Hop, because World Star Hip Hop posted, you know, a post that said a shooter reportedly stood over Sauce Walka and let him live. But they also mentioned the rumor of Say So P running off with the 200K, and this person responded and said this: stop lying on my cousin's name, straight up. So I guess this is one of Say So P's relatives. They said, y'all just running y'all's mouths without the truth. They set my cousin up for an insurance policy. I don't care. And then they threw shots at Sauce Walka. They said, Sauce Walka. Right? I don't know anything about an insurance policy or anything like that. I can't even verify that that person is really related to Say So P, but it was out there and this post was going viral and it's now part of the story. Now, when it comes to Sauce Walka, we have seen him speak about this a little bit, right? There was this video that was posted to social media where I guess somebody was bringing him some stuff from the store and he was basically like, you know, RIP to Say So P, sending his condolences to him. But then he also pretty much says, look, I'm still in Memphis. I'm still gonna be popping out in Memphis. I love Memphis and I ain't going nowhere. And then he says, you know, that he don't have no hate in his heart for the city, which I mean, I guess. And then high-tech red.
Ooh, that's that new boy. That's that red boy.
Another red cream.
Yeah, man. No, come on. Hey.
I'm glad you're okay. R.I.P. Say So P, man.
R.I.P. Say So P, man. Salsa alaikum, salsa salam. Thank you so much, brother. It means so much to me.
I wish you would have stopped by, but I really want you to.
I'm coming. I ain't scared. I'm coming to that bitch.
All right, we're gonna set it up.
I'm gonna shoot a jumper.
Come on.
I'm gonna hop in that motherfucker. And I'm gonna rap a song in that bitch. I'm gonna
do a mic drop. All right, come on, let's do it.
Sauce is all one shot. You know, the hospital, I gave some medicine for the shot.
I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you. I appreciate you, King.
Right, you gonna stand? You sure? Can you stand up?
Hey man, my daddy on the phone. That nigga ain't raised no hoe. Hey daddy, how many times your house got shot up? Tell him. Huh? Say it again. Say it loud.
40.
That's wild, Shaq. He asked his dad how many times his dad house got shot up.
Man, Sauce is lost, bro. He thinks that shit is cool. How many times your house got shot up, daddy? Like, it's a flex, bro. Like, dang. I ain't gonna lie. I hate seeing stuff like that. But anyways, moving on. He didn't stop there. In fact, he ain't letting the fact that he got shot in the thigh slow him down at all, because shortly after that video was released, we see him posting another video, a promo video for a local restaurant where he pretty much shouts him out and says he's gonna be there, but oddly enough uses Say So P's name and like this incident to kind of help with the promo. I don't know, it's weird. Y'all look at it.
You know, somebody, man, I'm not here in Memphis, man, you know what I'm saying? It's the only way is my nigga PK, you know what I'm saying? This shit don't stop. You gotta keep dripping sauce and peas, my brother. Say So P, man, splash that mafia, RP, my brother. You know what I'm saying? My nigga wanted me to make sure I get some food from PK before I leave. You know what I'm talking about? Exquisite taste, Midtown and downtown is where it's going down. But come to Midtown so we can put you with the drip around. We talking about shrimp, lobster, pasta, lamb, and anything that goes ham. We talking about egg rolls that's gonna save your soul. You know what I'm talking about? Sauce and peas, my brother. Say So P, bitch, I got you, bro. You told me to come. Anywhere you told me to go, I gotta go there. And I love you, nigga.
We gonna make sure we keep your motherfucking name alive, man.
Shit, man.
No, they'll Say So to P, man.
No, they'll Say So to
P. And you told me, man, you was gonna bring my boy to see me. And get what? He made it happen, man. You heard me?
He said that.
I appreciate that.
He been talking to me for months and put me on FaceTime with you, brother. So I had to do that tonight, my brother.
Man, I love y'all, man.
Please, exquisite taste.
Exquisite taste. We'll keep your motherfucking name alive. Nigga, I stamped it.
Exquisite taste, nigga.
For sure.
Fall in your face. Love.
I love you, bro.
Thank you.
Anytime you come into the city, man, I don't know if you gonna come in.
Yeah, man, that city is that Sauce Walka got shot, bro.
I'm an honorary Memphis nigga. At this point, I've been bled in this motherfucker.
Yeah, nah, it wouldn't be me. I would have been out of Memphis shortly after it happened. In fact, I would have been at the hospital, and as soon as I was out the hospital, I would have been on a plane and out of the city of Memphis. I'm not gonna lie. But you can see him, he's on crutches, apparently still out there chasing the bag. I mean, he ain't letting him slow it down at all. I think he should. He should probably take the time to recover properly. Getting shot in the thigh ain't no joke. It could end terribly if there's any complications in the recovery process, but I mean, I guess to each their own, bro. I don't know, but that's what we got. That's the updates. That's the new details and info that has emerged since my last video. So at this point,
chat. Now that was crazy. Shout out to KB Go Live. That you subscribe to him. Yeah, chat. Now the next topic I want to talk about, the last topic I want to talk about, chat, is the Yella Beezy. Yella Beezy arrested for hired for murder. So he didn't murder. He wasn't a gunman, but he supposedly hired a gunman who killed Mo3. So let's watch this news. Let's watch this news clip real fast.
We have two breaking news stories tonight, starting with an update on a rapper gunned down on a highway 5 years ago. Dallas police now say Yella Beezy hired a hitman to kill his one-time friend turned rival, Mo3. Cole Sullivan is live at the county jail. These are well-known rappers in the Dallas hip-hop scene.
Chris, Yella Beezy's top single, It Put It On Me, it peaked at 56 on the Billboard Hot 100. Now he's in the Dallas County Justice Complex behind me on a capital murder charge, accused of hiring a hitman to kill a fellow rapper. This all happened back in 2020. And just before noon on the middle of Interstate 35, just south of the Dallas Zoo, Dallas police arrested a 22-year-old and charged him with murder. Initially, that 22-year-old's in federal prison, convicted of gun charges, but now, 5 years later, they say he was the trigger man. Police say Yella Beezy, whose top song That's On Me,
That's
hired
on me,
that
baby.
22-year-old
That's
and
on
promised him
sure.
cash for killing those
Right
three.
sorry,
A grand jury handed up an indictment this week and booked Marquise Conway tonight. The killing of Melvin Noble, known as Mo 3, led to an outpouring of grief from his fans. Dozens held a memorial outside Dallas City Hall that week. He once was friends with the man now accused of hiring someone to murder him. The killing has long been suspected to be the result of a rap feud. We reached out to Yella Beezy's legal team tonight and have not heard back. We're waiting to hear back on a bond amount for him as well. We'll bring you updates tomorrow on Daybreak. Chris.
All right, thank you, Cole. You know, we've been following Yella Beezy's career, and this isn't his first run-in with the law. Go to WFAA.com, where we posted a story on his previous arrests, as well as the time he was shot several times in 2018.
That was the news clip. Let's dive a little bit more deeper in it, chat. Let's see what's going on with this. Once again, follow that boy. KB goes live. Make sure you just hit the subscribe button. Hit the like to this video, chat. Hop in it.
In peace to Mo 3. Y'all know that was one of my favorite artists. In fact, one of the first videos I made when I got on YouTube was my Mo 3, the whole story documentary video, where I went over, you know, the whole life and career and everything surrounding Mo 3, including the beefs that he was involved in. To tell the truth, the story of Mo 3 is honestly a tragic one. He was a dude that had a lot of talent. He was blowing up fast, making a name for himself, and then that was all cut short when he was pretty much gunned down on November the 11th, 2020 in a shooting on Interstate 35E in Dallas, Texas. At the time of his death, he was actively involved in a beef with another rapper named Yella Beezy, who is from McKinney, Texas. And when Mo 3 died, a lot of people assumed that his death had something to do with this back and forth he was having with Yella Beezy, because they were having a pretty serious back and forth that lasted for years and years and years. They actually used to be friends before the relationship deteriorated. I got a picture on screen of them together, right? But they began falling out reportedly, I think around 2017, 2018. Anyways, when he was killed, a lot of people assumed that it was linked to Trap Boy Freddy. However, people were arrested for this. One of them's name was Keywan White. The other one's name was Devin Brown, right? Keywan was 22 years old. He was arrested December the 9th of 2020, and he was charged with murder. The Dallas police identified him as the gunman who chased down and shot Mo 3 on the freeway. Now, when he was taken into custody, he was also charged separately for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and this was a federal charge. He pleaded guilty to that federal gun charge in May of 2022 and was sentenced to 105 months, nearly 9 years in federal prison in November of 2022. But his murder trial for Mo 3's death has been pending ever since. He has not been sentenced for the death of Mo 3. The other guy, Devin Brown, who was 28 at the time, was also indicted on a murder charge, but his didn't come until April of 2021, and he was already in custody on federal gun charges himself. His case is also still pending. There have been no updates on this case since until today, because right now news is breaking that Yella Beezy has actually been arrested in connection with Mo 3's death. So right now on your screen, you can see the grand jury referral for the arrest of Yella Beezy, real name Marquise Conway. And you can see right here his charge is capital murder while remuneration, which basically means that there was a murder committed for a payment or the promise of a payment. Pretty much murder for hire. We can see down here at the bottom, it says, in the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, the grand jury of Dallas County, state of Texas, duly organized at the January term AD 2025 of the Criminal District Court number 4 for said county, upon its oath do present in and to said court at said term that Marquise Conway, hereinafter called defendant, on or about the 11th day of November 2020 in the county of Dallas, state of Texas, did then and there intentionally and knowingly cause the death of Melvin Noble, that's Mo 3's real name, an individual hereinafter called the deceased, by employing Keywan White, that is the guy I told y'all about a minute ago, to murder the deceased for remuneration and the promise of remuneration, namely the United States currency. From defendant and pursuant to said agreement, Kewan White did then and there intentionally and knowingly cause the death of the said deceased by shooting deceased with a firearm, which is a deadly weapon. It is signed and dated March 18th, 2025. And we also have this news article right here from TMZ, pretty much confirming that Yella Beezy has been arrested. They have his mug shot here. And yeah, man, it's not looking good for Yella Beezy right now. One person who reacted to this was Mo3's mom. She posted this right here up. It's simple. It just says justice for my baby. I'm sure that she is feeling probably a mixture of joy and also pain, because this is, you know, bringing it back up for her. She's gonna be having to relive this now that this is happening. Everybody's gonna be posting about it. They're gonna be talking about it. She's gonna have to see all of that, which is sad, but I'm sure she does feel a little bit of joy, because in her eyes, the guy who is responsible for her son's death has been apprehended. Now, I gotta keep it 1,000 with y'all. I'm not really surprised by this fact. You know, I think a lot of people had already had the thought that Yella Beezy might be behind it. He hasn't really spoke on this topic very much since Mo3 died, but the one time that we did see him kind of touch on the topic a little bit was when he was on Say Cheese talking to Shine Cotton, and Shine Cotton asked him about Lil Boosie showing up to Dallas for Mo3's funeral, right? And Lil Boosie was shot while he was down there, and we seen Yella Beezy kind of give this really aggressive response, right? Some of y'all might remember it. Check it out.
Something happened to you, I get on the internet, oh, you boy, you feel the niggas done fucked up, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
I'm on my way. You niggas done fucked up. I'm not from Philly. I'm going to Philly. Then I go to one of your hood stores. Bro, I don't got to do nothing. Or call no shot. Niggas, I'm like, bro, nigga, this Dallas business. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you not from here. You not finna come over here thinking you finna run something. So that's what the situation was. Like, nigga, you trying to come over here. I ain't have to do nothing or say nothing. Like, nigga, I don't even know what's going on with that. You get what I'm saying? But he know. He know. He know the truth.
So it's something that...
That's heavy. That's heavy.
He know. And I ain't, nigga, we don't do all that internet shit. He know. It's more I can go into and like deep, but he know.
So you think he could have just came to you and it would have just been that?
Man, he know.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people was... That whole time of the year was crazy.
Know. He know, bro. That nigga know. You want to play into that shit. He know, though. Like, nigga, I done reached out a couple times. I want to see, like, face to face. I will see face to face. See, we got the same energy. Ain't got to be on no tough shit, but if you want to feel like you want to go there, we can, like, on some squad shit, we can do that, too.
Right, now you can tell Yella Beezy was feeling some type of way about that interview, and they wasn't even really talking about Mo3. They was just talking about Lil Boosie. He had went on Instagram after Mo3 died. He was like, I'm on my way to Dallas, Texas right now. And he did go down there for Mo3's funeral, but this is how Yella Beezy reacted to it. You could tell he's got some deep anger with this topic right here, and it looks like he's gonna have all the time in the world to work that frustration out now, because they got him on capital murder, and from what I understand, in Texas, they don't play about them capital murder charges. In fact, if he's convicted, he is looking at life in prison without parole or the death penalty. Neither are which is a good thing. And in Texas, man, they go hard about these specific laws right here. At this point, though, we're just going to have to wait. We're going to have to see what all comes out, what all the evidence is, and we'll have to see Yella Beezy go to court and beat this. I do think it's interesting the two people that were arrested years ago haven't been convicted yet, and now they got Yella Beezy. Makes me think maybe somebody is in there talking, you know, trying to get a little bit of a cooperation deal going so they can get some leniency. That's what it smells like to me. But man, y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about it in the comments down below. Anyways, that's basically...
All right, chat. That's all I got right now for this type of the Yella Beezy and the Mo3. Yeah, chat. So this is our first hip hop news, hip hop daily news chat live stream. Hit the like button if you like these type of content while I go over certain topics and react into different videos about these topics. Make sure you hit a like and the subscribe button, chat. Thank you for watching. Until